we're D2K, designed to know. We had a slide in there, an intro slide that had a picture of us. Anyway, pretty much what it said was we're both UCA students and we both experience the parking here on campus. And know that that's a common problem that everyone has, and so that's what we were trying to fix.
It kind of leads into our how might we question, because we had to completely change this from our first one. So we changed this to how might we help make parking more accessible on campus, just to start out with. And then we, and to get information, we just today got information from the Sergeant Moore. We'll incorporate that into stuff later. The information we had at this point was survey information from 30 plus people. And
pretty much what it came down to was what we observed was that everyone has issues with parking. There are a lot of different things that we can do to fix the parking experience on campus, and then not only that, and everyone experiences it, but everyone has their own opinion about it and their own ideas of how to fix it.
Yeah. So here's some of our survey results. If you want to find a picture, I will show you where it is at the end of this, because it should have been in here. So 81% of the people we surveyed are living in apartments or in houses around Conway. So they're having to drive to campus and fight traffic to find a spot, and time is going to be a major factor for those people. Which kind of leads into our next one. 78% of people we surveyed get here early in the morning, 7 to 10. So again, they're fighting the major traffic flow with people getting to school, getting to work. So they're losing time there. And then they're losing time trying to find a parking space, which 5 to 10 minutes trying to find parking space, boom, you're late to class. Which again was our next one. 87% of people took 5 to 10 minutes to find a spot. Can lead to people being late. And if at this point if people parked in the further spots and there was a shuttle service, this could potentially reduce this time.
Then our other question was, if it came down to it, if you would park in a meter or into a faculty spot as a student. 65% of people said they would park in a meter, but meters aren't labeled very well, and then at the same time, some people don't want to pay to park in a meter or don't have the change in their car with them. And then our next question was just a general, just to see if people could essentially guess how many parking spaces there were on campus. 81% of people got it incorrect and said that there was between 2,000 and 3,000 spaces. There's actually close to 8,000 parking spots on campus.
Are they like 2 miles from campus or something?
And then there's also even over 40 different parking lots on campus that no one knows about because they're not marked very well.
Or they're so far off campus.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they're just so far off campus no one wants to park.
Yeah. And then there's not a shuttle service for it, so people don't know about them and don't care to look for them. And then 65% of people said that parking was very bad. It's not.
Only 65? I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I'm really
Yeah.
I was surprised by it.
I'm
too.
sure the numbers would be higher if we'd gotten the survey out to more people, but housing SGA have been very slow about it.
And some people just arrive on campus early
Yes.
and
Yep.
They never had a problem.
Yep.
Yeah.
So 40% probably arrive on
Are
campus.
the people who get to campus on time.
Yeah.
The other 65 are the people like me who get here about right before class starts. So.
Yeah. So 70. Yeah. We just offered a couple of hypothetical what-if suggestions to fix the problem.
Yeah.
75% of people like the idea of a parking deck. That, however, is going to be very cost intensive. We're going to have to get with the right departments. So this one may stay as a what if. 78% of people found the idea of signage to be appealing. This is much easier to do, and we could potentially have this implemented on campus compared to the parking day.
It's a solution that we can actually work with in
and
our time frame.
in our specific time frame, yes. And I was thinking we could potentially use an app in this and have it tailored to student, teacher, visitor, etc. And they can just see the ones that they can park in. So they don't waste time looking around and saying, oh, I can't park here.
Before I get into this, like Rachel was saying earlier, I received an email from Sergeant Moore from UCA PD, like literally as I was walking in the door today. Because we had sent him some questions, kind of like an interview kind of thing, because he said that email was the best way to contact him, so we just sent him some questions. He said that UCA PD hands out about 50 parking tickets a day.
No way.
And then we asked them kind of what the biggest reason for it, and they said, I don't remember what the
It was
exact
a
word
lack
said.
of
It was
sticker.
the lack of having the parking
Like,
sticker.
they will not get their free sticker.
Or
if
people
they
put it in the wrong spot, or they don't get it, or stuff like that. So he said that was it, and then he also said that UCA was designed to be a walking campus. So that's why the parking lots are so far out.
Nice.
So he was saying most people get their tickets because they want to park right at the door, and that's what causes all the problems and everything like that. So that was our expert opinion on the whole situation.
He also
Obviously,
said
everyone disagrees from it.
he also said use shuttles.
Yeah. We asked him in a perfect world if you could tell him what to do, and they did it. He just said use the shuttles. Which the only parking lot that's out there that I know that uses them is the one out by the soccer field. All the other ones I've never seen.
And the
Yeah.
shuttle is late.
Yeah, in Bear Village. But I've never seen signs at any of the other farther out spots for shuttles. So, which is one thing that we can work and try to help implement. And then we came up with our questions from where we put everything up on the walls. How might we help students and faculty find spaces and accommodate safety? And then how might we make people aware of all available parking locations? And then how might we encourage people to use all available spaces?
Okay, the next thing we did is our brainstorming session, where we have two teams got together and we talked about that. For our first question, signs again, better signs, more people. It'll tell them where they can park, less time spent. Yeah, a lot of those signs. Cameras and lights were also brought up. There's more cameras will deter thieves and vandals. Some lights just on the ground, maybe motion activated, would help with that as well.
Yeah, they tried it and those lights don't work. They have a crosswalk over
Oh, I don't
by the library. They had the little flashing lights when people were walking across. But actually, I was driving by them just the other day, and there was a bunch of people walking back and forth, and the lights weren't on. I almost hit someone. So it would have been bad.
It worked for a few months, and then after
Right.
it was just broken.
And then we further brainstormed on other ideas, talking about an app to help people, to show people where the other parking lots were and the spaces that they could park in. A better map, because the map that's on the physical plant's website is all black and white and everything looks the same, and it's very hard to read. So we thought that if we made an app, we can accommodate all that into an app, and that would help with that question.
Okay, and using all available spaces, like Sergeant Moore had mentioned, and I think we had 3 post-it notes in this one about shuttles. Again, shuttles. We can have 1 or 2 shuttles at the further parking lots. That way people can park their car, use those, and the shuttles can take them over, and they can take them back once classes end. And they'd have to have specific times and routes, but that could easily be worked out. And we also did the app. Maybe it could show how many spaces are left. I'm not sure how applicable that would be, but it's a possibility.
This is just that's all stuff we got so far, and then obviously we didn't change this, but we did receive an email from UCA PD today, and then we need to work on finding a way to implement and show our ideas, because since we hadn't heard from any expert or a group to work with until today, so we need to run and talk to him more about that. So.